a lot of close girlfriends. And it's crazy to me that there were like 25 of us there. There was no drama, no like negativity, nothing like that. I mean, it was just super fun, super supportive environment. And we got some really awesome trainings too. So we'll be sharing some of that stuff with you guys also. I know for me, like one of the big things was that, Alex kind of touched on it with like setting your goals, and you don't have to be, wanting to leave your full-time job. Maybe you do. But whatever your goal is, you need to have a clear vision on what that looks like for you and what you want it to be. And, not being scared with your goals, which, making goals like that is scary, and it's hard work, and it's not always easy, and it's not always, rainbows and butterflies for everyone, but it's, pushing through those times that, is hard, or, when you fall down or you don't hit Success Club 1 month or you lose rank, it's about getting back up and getting your rank back, hitting Success Club again the next month, hitting Success Club 10 or 15 the following month. And just making sure that you are showing up every single day. Like, you have the choice to make a decision. This business is about you making a decision that you want to, bring home X amount of dollars to provide for your family, or leave your full-time job, or get your Shakeology paid for. I mean, whatever it might be, that's a decision that you make. So once you make that decision, then we work together and figure out, how are you going to get there? What are you going to do? But you have to be showing up every day and doing something every single day to move your business forward if that's a goal that you have. I feel like I could talk for like hours actually, but I'll just leave it at that, I think.
Yes, that was awesome. And we're going to talk to you guys tonight about like setting your vision for yourself and setting goals, because it's going to look different depending on who you are and what you're trying to reach. And so we're going to hit on different things, because Beachbody is also your platform. It's not it doesn't need to be like your end goal. It needs to just be your platform that can help you get to whatever your goals are. And all right, Christina.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So I think one of the biggest things that I took away from this retreat, and this kind of goes, I guess, hand in hand with everything that Pam and Alex said, but is a whole concept of belief, because it can be so easy to lose sight of, one, why we're here, two, why we started, and three, what our actual vision and goals are for like what we're doing in this business. Hold on, is someone on?
No,
not muted?
Mute everyone.
Yeah, because I'm like, I have this in my ear and like it's so loud. Hang on. Did you mute it, Jesse? Okay.
There.
Cool. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I can hear now.
Was Pam the one that was not muted?
I don't know.
I just forgot to remute it after I was done, and Hank's watching TV.
Pam, you're so loud.
And I was like looking at the list too. I'm like, who isn't muted? And I was like, oh, it's me.
Okay. Anyway, so it's basically just regarding belief. So
all right, Christina just got muted.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I was like, I can't hear anything right now.
Okay, I don't know what the last thing I just said was, but either way, it's all about belief. Okay, so I think that like just with my experience kind of in the business for the past couple of years, like this last year, I know like we were talking about this at retreat, like it was a tough year for everybody, like not only just with, hitting our own personal goals, but with business goals and just belief in what we're capable of overall. And one of the biggest things that I know I struggled with a lot was when I didn't hit my goals, like that just gave me a sense of defeat. And like, I didn't have what it takes to be a successful coach. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, I questioned whether or not like I can do this and whether or not I can be a successful coach or whether or not I'm good enough to help my challengers, because last year, I mean, I was struggling to even help myself. So there's so many different things that go into just believing that you're good enough. But first off, going to retreats like this, you realize that one, you're not the only one that's struggling. A lot of the other coaches on our team have struggled with this too, but it's when you open up about things like that and realize like, hey, I'm not the only one going through this, and this is something that we're all struggling with together. It just kind of makes you realize like, okay, like we're here and in this for a reason. Like, we're here because this is hard, and if it weren't hard, like everyone else would be doing it. But that's why we as a team, like the girls who are on retreat and you guys who are going to be there next year, like the saying goes, be here in a year. Like, it's those of us who stick around that are going to be able to allow that belief to just continue to grow and just overcome that defeat that like we sometimes allow to overcome us. So that like belief is huge, you guys. And just like when you think that like things are tough in the business, chances are they probably are. But don't let that be something that like allows you to pull away from the business, because even then, like I've noticed that for like, just for me personally last year, like when I felt defeated or when I felt like I wasn't good enough for, you know, being a coach or this business, like I noticed that the more I pulled away from coaching and like doing what I love, the worse I felt. So if you feel like you're at a place where you're like, I'm not good enough for this, like I'm not at a place where I can help people, like I need to do X, Y, and Z first before I can fully commit to coaching, like honestly, those are limiting beliefs that you're making up in your mind because you feel like you're not good enough or you feel like you can't be successful. So continue to immerse yourself in the business, continue to immerse yourself in the culture and in the team, and just like stay active in the threads. And I know that's something I was really bad about too. And like, but we get so engrossed in like being behind a computer screen that we ultimately forget like we aren't alone in this. So just immerse yourself into it. And by doing that, that helps that, you know, get that belief back, and you ultimately allow yourself to just continue to grow and thrive in the business. And yeah. Oh, and the other thing too, don't overthink things. That was another thing that we talked about at retreat. Like, I am so guilty of overthinking everything, like from what I post to what I'm like going to do for my power hour to how I track things. But like at the end of the day, so long as you're taking action, that's what matters the most. So it doesn't matter how you get it done, so long as it gets done, that's what's going to progress your business forward. And whether those, you know, whether it's you having goals to, you know, help one person a month or 3 people or 5 people a month, like no matter what it is, just taking action on whatever goals you have, like that's what's going to ultimately get you toward the position that you want to be in, not only in this business, but with your, you know, your vision and your life as a whole. So again, I'm like Pam, I feel like I could talk forever, but I'll leave it at that.
I know you come home from retreats and you really do feel like, I just want to share every little conversation I had and every little detail. So it's hard to pick what was the best moment. One of the things that I really enjoyed, obviously we do like fun things like a scavenger hunt, and we did like a game night the night before we left. But we also split up into groups and got to like look at each other's Instagrams and rated it. And I think that might be something actually we do with this team too, because I think that was like a lot, very helpful to see other girls' Instagrams and to see what you like about theirs, what you don't like, and to just get honest feedback and see like, we had some of the questions like, how often are you doing Flex Friday? Are you posting transformation photos every Tuesday? How often do you do your coaching posts? How often do you share a challenger's result? And when we went through people's Instagrams, you realized all of a sudden like, oh, I haven't shared any of my challengers results in a while, or I haven't put up a flex picture in a while. So it's also just eye-opening to do stuff like that and kind of see that what other people's look like and where you can improve too. Because no matter who you are in the business, a top coach, a new coach, a struggling coach, you always have room to improve. There's always room. And that's something that you got to work on. So with that being said, I wanted to quickly shout out a few coaches who we had the 2018 goals filled form to fill out that like Google application or Google Forms, whatever. I don't know what it's called, but that thing I posted to find out what your goals are for 2018. And I wanted to quickly just recognize the people who took the time to fill it out, because that doesn't only show me that you have goals in this business, but it also shows me that you're being serious about it and you're also treating it like a business. Because you can say you want to be full-time, or you can say you want to be like a awesome part-time coach. You can say you want to be a hobby coach. But no matter where you are at and where you want to be with this business, goal setting is huge. And so quickly, I wanted to say Christina, Julia, Melissa, Katie, Amy, Catherine, Joey, Laura, Alex, Andrea, Monica, Kendall, and Jessica, and Tanya, thank you for filling that out. If you guys have not filled it out, take time to fill it out. It not only, one, you're going to be getting on calls with your coach. If you filled it out and I'm not your personally sponsored coach, me and your personally sponsored coach will be getting on a Zoom call with you. If I'm your personally sponsored coach, then I will just get on a Zoom call with you. But we're going to go over that. And I will not do a Zoom call with you unless you fill out that form, because to me, you have to put some skin in the game and show me what your weaknesses were, show me what your strong points are, show me you have some goals for this year. And also it's like one of the questions on there is getting to events, because I think that's a really important question. I know a lot of times we're like, oh, I have this and that's why I didn't go, or I had that come up. Super Saturdays, you guys, we know when they're going to be. They're scheduled in advance. So 3 months prior. Summit is one of the biggest events. It is, again, a life-changing event. I had no idea what it was my first year when I started coaching, and I just knew that, like everyone said, if you want to grow your business, you get to this event, and if you want to be successful, you invest in getting there. And I was going to be moving to South Carolina, so it was literally like the month before I moved. Like the last thing I really thought I should be doing was going to Summit. But I also was really serious about this business. And I knew that even as a brand new coach, I needed to get there. And so whether you hit your first 3 months in the business or you buy your ticket, getting there is an awesome experience. Just like the girls are talking about the retreat, Summit is another time where you get to bond with other coaches, where you get to do live workouts with trainers, where you get awesome trainings, and where you walk away feeling good about the business you're in, the company you work for, the goals that you have, and it just like reboots your mindset. So that is one of the questions on there, is like, how many events did you get to? Because I do like to know, like, are you really taking time to invest in it? Also, if you get into like any personal development events, I know I need to get to some. I still have like yet to get to one, but there was one I was thinking about going to, and then I found out it was like $7,000. So it's like, no, not going to that one yet, but eventually that will be on my list down the road. So, okay, quickly, I wanted to reflect, and this is going to be on my goals from 2017. So when one of our guest speakers, Ruth, talked this year at the retreat, she also was at a retreat last year. And last year, I forget what she was ranked, but she was like number 200. And she had an amazing year, like an awesome year. Even though it was a down year, this girl like kicked butt. I saw her grow, and the other leaders that were at the retreat, I know, saw like this huge difference from the person she was before and the person she is now. She is not different, besides the fact that she really found her purpose, and she knows she can do more than she thought, and she just has the confidence in it because she worked her butt off for this year. So she ended up ending in the top 10. She was number 3. But something that was really cool is on our retreat, she talked about how on social media, you can look at it and say, she's a top coach in the company. She finished number 3. Like, her year must have been the best year ever. And she's like, because you don't see all the ups and downs and you don't see the behind the scenes. You just automatically think that things go, perfectly for these people all the time, and how you need to be more open with your team about it. So I wanted to talk to you guys about my 2017 year, because when I started this business, I went all in. So I was someone who went all in, was like, I'm going to do this, had 2 jobs, was teaching dance, was moving to South Carolina. I had 7 months to make it full time. I ran my business on literally no sleep. Like, whether I was sick, whether I was just trying to get things done, I literally stayed up all the time and was working my butt off for that 7 months, because I had it set I was going to do it. I had goals that I set for my business the last few years. I wanted, to hit Success Club my first month to become a business starter. I wanted to hit Success Club my first 3 months to become a success starter. I wanted to get that free ticket to Summit, and I got it. I wanted to become a Success Club All-Star and show up at my first summit as a brand new diamond coach. And so I rank advanced to Emerald my first day. I got to diamond really fast. And so far in my business, it was kind of like every goal I really set for myself just was happening. Like, I would work until it happened, and I was really, really serious about making it happen. I think that then, we had that goal of our team going elite, and we went elite in 2017. Yeah, it always confuses me because they announce it for the following year or whatever. But whatever, so we went elite. And that was amazing. I felt like I was being a good leader. I felt like our team was helping so many people, because that truly is a reflection of the work that your team is doing. And it's a reflection of helping more people. So to finish 125 was just a huge, awesome moment that I felt that day. And, when I realized later in the month, so one of the goals I had set for 2017 was obviously for our team to go elite again. We had a big goal last year of going top 25. And then we also had, I've always hit Success Club, but my numbers have always been all over the place. So my highest, I think, is Success Club 34, and my lowest is Success Club 6. With that being said, I set my goal for Success Club 10 in 2017. So I was like, okay, I'm going to hit Success Club 10 every single month. Well, I was doing it and feeling really good. And then I slowly started kind of getting caught in the mindset of this year was sucking, and we all were struggling this year. And one of the things I regret most is I think I really I wasn't doing enough personal development. I was doing personal development, but not enough for the mindset that I was having. So I was looking at my goals because they were written down, and I was seeing them every day. And that 9th month, when I missed Success Club 10 and I only helped 4 people instead of 5, I literally, even though I still hit Success Club, mentally it defeated me. It was the first time that I really felt like I failed in this business. So whether you're a brand new coach that has gone to hit a goal and missed it, or you're a coach long-term in the business, when that feeling comes to you and you all of a sudden realize I really believed I could do something and then you didn't, you put all this self-doubt on yourself, and you get inside your head so hard and so bad. So I, didn't look at it as okay, well, I helped 4 people, next month I'm going to help more. Instead, I looked at it as you just failed. You literally just failed at this. So guess what? My next 2 months, I struggled so hard to hit Success Club 10, or Success Club 5. I didn't even keep trying for Success Club 10. I literally lowered my goal to Success Club 5 because I had so much self-doubt in myself. And then I also acted like, I don't know if I can even hit Success Club 5 because I had this self-doubt. And yes, I was sick and I was throwing up during my pregnancy. But at the same time, when I started this business, my first 7 months in, if I was sick and throwing up, I was still busting my butt because I didn't let my goals just go out the window. And there were times that I was sick during that. And so I realized like how different my mindset was, but it took me time. And for a little while, mentally, my head was like, just not believing in myself and believing in what I could do or what our team could do. And I think a lot of us can relate to that feeling this year where we felt like we were sending a lot of messages and we were connecting and we were trying to hit goals and they weren't happening and we were feeling defeated. But instead of being a better leader on my end, I wish I would have showed you guys that we're going to do this no matter what and pushed harder. And I think I got so nervous that we set our goal too high for top 25 that I also like stepped back on it because I didn't want to like have that pressure of it. So I kind of just let that go. Like, how many of you guys honestly like can say that you didn't hear me bringing up top 25 for the last few months? Because I wasn't. Like, I literally had lost so much confidence, I think. And so so without realizing, we get to the last month, which was December, and I had kind of started to realize like, okay, we're not going elite, and I mentally started preparing for it. So I realized I needed something that was going to make me feel good, and one of the things I did was I switched my income. My legs are very off, my right leg and left leg. So I decided to focus on my legs, evening them out, and putting a dent in that. So I was kind of like focused on that, and that was something that was giving me like, okay, well, I'm doing something right. I'm not a complete failure. Well, I got a little confidence back because I was doing my personal development, just not enough of it. Like, I was honestly sticking to like 10 to 15 minutes a day. And if I missed it, I made it up. But like where my mind was at, I needed more than 10 to 15 minutes. And I think that goes for every coach on the team. We are all going to have times that stink, where life is hard, where we're sick or our family's sick, or we have like something bad happen, or we have a horrible day. And those are the times when we need to do more personal development. Like, yes, you can get away with doing 10 to 15 minutes a day, but there's times when you need to do more personal development. And there's times when you really need to invest in that mindset. The second you start feeling like you're not good enough, or like you can't do this, or you're not like that person, that should be your sign that you need more personal development. Because that is like the top things when you start doubting yourself, or when you're taking things personal in a response someone says to you. That's because you're having self-doubt in yourself and in what you're capable of doing. So be ready to do more personal development. Going into December, I was starting to feel a little better, and then preparing myself that we weren't going to go elite. And obviously, if you're doing this business full time, you want your team to go elite. You want to know that you had a team help the most people. And that is like a big goal. And so when I prepared myself, I ended up helping people. I helped like 7 or 8 people in my first business center, and then 3 or 4 in Frankie's business center. And I was able to finish December off feeling really good. And so I was like, heck yeah, I'm ready for 2018. Like, I'm back on track. I was, feeling good. My personal development was upped a lot, which was helping. And then we had elite calls the first week. And I'm in 2 different threads, a star diamond thread, 2-star and above thread that Ashley runs, and then a 5-star and above thread that Micah runs. And last year when I went elite, it just so happened there were girls in the threads that didn't go elite, like a decent amount. This year it happens that our team didn't go elite, and every single person in those threads did. So the day that everybody was getting their calls, I was so happy for everyone. Like, I honestly can say these girls are like my good friends, and I was so excited for them. So as they're getting their calls, they would post their videos just like I was doing last year. And the feelings of when I got that call and was sitting at my table, and like, honestly, I can tell you that was one of the best days of my life, like letting my daughter and my husband see that I could be successful at something. And for the feeling I had that like, for once, I did something with this group that I had started. Like, it was just crazy to think that like our little team, we weren't this huge team of thousands of people. We were just like still a little team, and we pulled it off and we did it. And it was such an amazing feeling. So when everyone was getting those calls, it was kind of like sinking back into my head. Just like started to bring on the self-doubt and started to bring on like, dude, you just really failed at this. And like, you can't do this. And all of those thoughts. And by 7:00 at night, I literally had a massive meltdown. And I mean, it was massive. My husband was sitting across from me, and I just started like full out bawling. And he knew exactly what was happening because I kept showing him everyone's videos and being excited. And I think he kind of was like, okay, you're either bipolar and going to go crazy right now, or like, this is not going to go well later tonight. And so I started crying, and he sat there and held me and told me, you have a good team and you're a good leader and you're a good mom. And your purpose isn't only this. Like, there's so much more that happened this year than some of those goals you missed. That doesn't make you a bad leader. And I mean, he sat there for like a half an hour holding me while I bawled, and I couldn't even talk. And then I woke up the next day, and I got up at 5:00 in the morning. I'd shut off for the rest of the night. And I got up at 5:00 in the morning, and it was like, I felt like I was ready to go again. I felt like I needed to be a better leader. And one of the things I think I really struggled with was that I feel like I needed to push and show you guys we could get through 2017 more than I did, because that's what you guys depend on. And that's what, as a teammate, you guys get to do for each other. Not every year is going to be an easy year. Not every goal. If I still had my goals written down, I would show you, but I had showed Christina when we had a conversation because she was struggling. And I said, look at my goals for this year. I missed them. Like, I did. But the thing is as a team, did we still change lives? Yes. We just didn't change as many lives as we could have, but we still did change lives. Did I help people every single month? Yes. Did I hit my goal of helping a certain amount of people? No. But it wasn't a complete failure. I had to look at the goals and realize I did something for them. Hold on, I need to call my husband wait, let me run and get my charger really fast. Sorry, my computer was like about to die. Okay, so so when you're going for these goals and you miss a goal, because that's going to happen in this business, what I want you guys to look at is like, I want you to use me not doing what I should have as you being able to do something better than I did it. Because when you miss that goal, ask yourself, did you show up? Did you connect and build a lot of awesome relationships? Even if you didn't end up hitting Success Club and helping 3 people and that was your goal, or helping 10 people and that was your goal. Did you show up every day? Did you talk to people and make them feel good and invest in other people? Because while rank and elite and business goals and income goals and all that stuff is awesome and should be in your goals, you also have to remember what we're trying to do, which is help more people. And if you are showing up and you're making people feel better, then that means something. And that's something that you got to remember during it, because I lost sight of that, feeling like I just wasn't good enough or I was failing. And you're going to have days that you feel like a complete failure. And I think something that I realized while Ruth was talking at the retreat was you guys look at coaches and think, oh, it's easy for them, or, oh, they never have those like hard moments in their life. And so that's why I wanted you kind of to know how my year went. And I wanted you to know how crappy I really felt at one point and how much self-doubt creeped in on me, because I am doing this full time and I love being home with my daughter. And I'm sure there's times you look at my social media and you think like, oh, it's so easy for her, or it's so easy for Ashley, or, you know, look at their numbers, and you compare things. But you always have to ask yourself, like, if you're putting in the work and you're working towards your goals, then be okay with that, because you're not going to hit every goal. If every goal was hit and was easy to hit, then everyone would do this business, because why wouldn't you? But the reason that not everyone is doing this business is because it takes work, it takes consistency, and it takes breaking through the mindset barriers. If you're showing up every day and you're working on your personal growth and you do nothing all year long, you don't help a single person, but you improve your mindset and you reach whatever physical goal you had, that is something to be proud of, because there's so much more than just business goals. You're trying to become the best version of yourself. You're trying to become the best mom or the best wife or whatever, best dog mom, whatever it is that you're trying to do. You're trying to become better at things. And that's why you really need to make sure that, and we're going to talk about some goals, but you really need to make sure when you goal set that you have other goals on there. Because last year before I got rid of my 2017 goals, I realized every goal I had on there was business related. I didn't have a single goal on there that was not business related. And so that is when you do end up feeling like a failure, because I didn't look at it and say, oh, well, my physical journey was good, or my mental journey was good, or my relationships in my life improved. Like, I didn't have any of those goals on there. So it was easy to feel like a failure. So you want to make sure your goals are well-rounded. With that being said, I want to talk about creating your vision. And I just want you guys to know, like, you're going to have ups and downs in this business. Like I said, if it was super easy, not everyone or everyone would be doing it, and it's not going to be super easy. Whether you are pushing for top 10, you are pushing to pay for your Shakeology, there's going to be times that you don't hit things, and you just got to know mindset is where it's at. You got to do more personal development. So creating your vision, I want you to think about these questions and ask yourself, what is your purpose? One of the common mistakes I see people do is they become a Beachbody coach, and then they become, their Facebook page, their Instagram page becomes only Beachbody. And it's like, that's it. Like, here's my fitness, here's my shake, and that's it. But you have a purpose, like a bigger purpose than just Beachbody. So I want you to ask yourself, like, what is your purpose? What is going to make you feel successful? I know that there's so many different ways to feel successful in this business. Whether it's you want to lose 10 pounds and you really stick to it and lose it. Or maybe you've never started a program and finished it, and you want to stick to a program and finish it. Maybe it's you want to make meal plans every single week for the entire year, or maybe start it off small the entire month. You want to get your Shakeology paid for. You want to match your income, or you want to pay off a debit card, or I don't know, whatever. But what makes you feel most successful? And it can be anything, because it's going to be different for every single person, whether you're in this business full-time, part-time, hobby, whether you're here just for the community. What makes you feel successful? Maybe you're someone who's here just for the community. So then that's what you need to think about, is how can I help our team more? How can I talk to more girls on our team and get to know them and cheer them on? Because maybe that's what makes you feel successful. Maybe that's what really makes you feel good about what you're doing, is just cheering on your teammates. I want you to ask yourself what your dreams were growing up, and think about it. Like, when you were younger and you could dream really big, what were your dreams? And then try to figure out like why, what were those things? Because a lot of times you want to be like a specific job, or you want to live in, you know, a mansion or something because you see it in all the fairy tales. But think about those dreams. And because that when you're younger, that's when you're actually like, you don't think you have any limitation. And then you grow up and all of a sudden you realize like, oh, things cost money. Oh, everything's not a fairy tale. Oh, I have to work and do things, which in a lot of fairy tale movies, people aren't working. So you start to realize when you grow up that like things are different. So I want you to think back to when you were a little kid. What does your dream life look like? If you didn't have to work, or you did have to work, if that's what is in your dream life, what would your dream life look like? Where would you be living? What kind of lifestyle would you be living? How many kids would you have? How many dogs would you have? Would you be living on a farm, by a lake, by an ocean? What would you be doing if you could just say like, my dream life, and write it down on paper, looks like this? And you have no limitation. So don't say like, oh, well, this would be my dream life if I could afford it. Like, no, we don't have any limitations right now. And you're just going to think about what your dream life actually looks like. How does your marriage look? How does your relationship with your kids look? How do your friendships look? Like, think of all of these things. And then I want you to also think about, what can this business do for your dreams? So like I had said, sometimes people forget your purpose is not only to be a Beachbody coach. Your purpose is bigger. When you're growing up, no one says like, I want to be a Beachbody coach. But a lot of people have dreams of helping other people, or having a job that they absolutely love and feel good. So figure out like what your purpose is, and then what can this business do for your dreams? Maybe you're someone who loves animals and you wanted to open like a dog adoption thing or dog shelter. I don't really know what it's called because I'm not an animal person, but that's a horrible example for me to give. But think like maybe you want to donate a lot of money to charity, or you served in bartend, and this sounds so stupid, but I served in bartend for so long that I always had this dream that when I was like making more money, that I would be able to go in and just tip people like really, really high numbers and like give them this amazing tip, just because there's so many people who don't tip, and there's so many times that like you just wouldn't expect it. And just to know that like I could go in and give back to someone that was in like my similar position. Dude, why is my thing saying? Hold on. Okay, sorry. So like that was something that I always thought would just be cool to do, is like go give back to someone like that. Or maybe there's like a certain charity that you absolutely loved and you wanted to be able to like give money on that, or you wanted to be able to go travel more, whatever your dreams are. I want you to think what this business could do for that dream, because it's not just a dream about being a Beachbody coach. Like for real, we don't dream just about being a Beachbody coach. But this business is your platform to reach whatever dreams you and your family have. And then I want you to think about your goals. Like I said, I made the mistake of only setting business goals last year, and that left me feeling like a failure. So you need to set more goals. Set your family, faith, your health, your fitness, income, debt, and confidence. And we talked about this on the retreat, but income is something that I think we're all scared to talk about, because that's not why we're here. We're here to help people. We're here to live our best life. But income is also something that can be a huge weight barrier that weigh on you. I know there's times that me and Frankie can tell you, like, we hated when we didn't have money for certain things, or when we had to watch the bank account, or when we can't just, go and buy a brand new couch and instead have to do payments. Like, I have student loans still that I owe like $27,000 on. So there's things that, even though I'm not in this business for money, it's okay to want to put money towards things that will relieve anxiety and stress of you having to pay those every single month and feeling like you're in debt every single month. Like, I can't wait for the day that we can like say, hey, we're debt free. We have no credit cards. We have no student loans. We have no house payment. That day is not going to come for a long time. But one day I'd love to be able to say that. And so you want to think about those things. So I want you to close your eyes for a minute, and I'm going to have you ask yourself this. Actually, we're going to do it for 5 minutes. So it's 9:20. So it will go till 9:25. I want you guys to get out a pen and paper. I want you to really just sit and think before writing anything down. I'll go back to the questions, but I want you to just start answering those questions honestly. What does your dream life look like? How would you feel if you're someone that wants to match their income so they can stay home with their kids? How would you feel if you looked into your child's eyes and got to tell them that you're going to be the one picking them up after school, that you're going to be the one dropping them off, that you're going to be at every field trip they have? How would you feel if you were able to help a family in need, or if you were able to save like all the dogs in the entire world? I want you to just really start to think about what are the things you're really passionate about, and how would you feel if you were able to really help yourself or your family or a complete stranger do those things. So for 5 minutes, I'll go back and I want you to think about, what do you really want? Think about these questions and just write them down. Don't worry, you're not reading them to us. You're just going to write them down and start to plan and think family, faith, health, fitness, income, debt, confidence. There's so many different things, you guys, that can be on there. I was just trying to like get you thinking out of the box. But confidence is another one. I think we forget when we set a vision, we can all improve on confidence and mindset no matter who you are. So those are two things that really, there's things about it, whether it's you want to feel better in your clothes, or you want to walk into a room and feel like you belong there, or you're good enough, or whatever. I want you to just be real about it. So go. You can start that challenge. And I'll leave it on this screen so you can just look back. You have 2 more minutes. Okay. So we're going to go on from that. When we get off this call, you guys, if you are like, oh, I'm done, I have them all ready, I'm set and ready to go, you don't. You need to take some more time to really think about it, because asking like what your purpose is, asking really what makes you feel successful and what your dream life looks like. Also something you probably, if you're married or if there's people in your life that you're building a life with, you want to make sure you're including them. Because like what my dream life looks like, if Frankie's dreams are completely different, then as a family, we're not working towards the same dreams. So you want to be like on the same page. I want you to look at the goals that you wrote down. And now I want you to break them down on how you're getting there. So quarterly, yearly, and long term. So if it's a goal, like for instance, I don't know, you wanted to get your Shakeology covered. That would be a quarterly goal. If you wanted to rank advanced to diamond, that would be a quarterly goal. If you wanted a yearly goal, for instance, like working on a relationship with your husband or working on a relationship with your kids, that's not going to be something that's quarterly, because realistically that you want to be doing that long term. It'd actually be long term, not yearly, sorry. If you wanted to be an elite coach this year, which I've seen on a lot of your forms, then that would be a yearly goal. So kind of look at each one and then write, is this something that's quarterly, like something that I can look for quickly? Is it something that's yearly, or is it something that's long term? Like your overall dream life, that's something that's long term. So it's not saying, I want this dream life and it's going to happen this year. But you can be working towards your goals that will get you there in the next few years or 10 years or whatever. This is kind of an example of mine. I'm like still going in and out. So for instance, I wanted to read at least 30 books this year. So what I would do is, that would be a yearly goal, but then I would break the 30 down and it comes out to be like 2 to 3 books a month. So if you have a goal like that, you want to break it down. If you have an income goal and you're like, hey, I would like to make this, then if it was like an overall, like a matching income or something, that you would want to talk to us and we can help you break that down, and talk to your leader about it. But then, or you can talk to me, it doesn't matter. Growing in my faith, being a better example of walking God's plan. For instance, like me and Frankie joined, we go to church on Sundays, but I think there's a lot more that we can be doing with our faith than just showing up at church on Sundays. So we are in a church group that meets every other Wednesday. We are doing a marriage class that is going to be starting in like a month. So just investing. I'm in a book group with some coaches that we will be reading a specific book about our faith and following like a little plan, and we're holding each other accountable in it. So for my faith goals, that would be a bigger one. Then if you are someone who like okay, so for instance, if I want to help 75 people, I would want to break that down and see what 75 people per month, what do I need to do per month? I wrote, I'll get my abs back after baby. That's funny. And then creating your vision. This is something I had seen and I thought it was like literally perfect. So action without a vision is only passing time. Vision without an action is merely daydreaming, but a vision with an action can change the world. So if you have an action, but you have no big vision and you're not thinking long term. For instance, I hear a lot of coaches say, I want to get to diamond, which is awesome. But why do you want to get there? Is it because you think diamond sounds good? Is it because you are told to go, that like your coach is going diamond? Or you see other people that you want to be like them. What is the reason behind it? Because I can tell you, you can rank advanced to emerald, diamond, star diamond. And if you're trying to hit an income goal and your only vision is hitting those ranks, you could not be hitting those income goals because your overall vision isn't clear on what you're doing. If you're saying you want to help 3 people a month, but you have no long-term vision, like why do you want to help 3 people a month? For me, when I was saying I wanted to help 3 people a month, I never looked at it as 1 month, I want to help 3 people, but I looked at it long-term. I knew we got recognized at 3 months, 12 months, 24 months. And now it's something that like is huge to me in my business, because if I want to help people and that's where I get the most satisfaction from, then I need to have people to help. So for me, I had to have that vision, because just saying I want to help 3 people and not really knowing why do I want to help them or what do I want to help them achieve. It's not only I want to help them achieve their goals, but I want to help them become a better person. I want them to have more confidence than they had. I want them to feel really good. Why do I want to bring on more coaches? It's not just to bring on more coaches. It's because I believe in this community. It's because I believe women need a better surrounding and can have better friends and better people to support them. So the bringing on 2 coaches a month is awesome. And I can say, yeah, I want to bring on 2 coaches. But if I don't have that vision that's showing me why I want to bring them on, then I'm going to lose that action. Same thing with vision. If you have a huge vision, but you're not taking an action plan, for instance, if you just wrote down all your dreams and you write these big dreams and here's what you want to do and this is your dream life, but you don't show up for your job and you don't do any actions that will get you to it, then it literally is just daydreaming, because it's not going to happen. No one can do this business for you. It's something that you have to want and you have to show up for. We love supporting you guys as leaders. We want you guys to be successful. We want to be a part of your dreams and what you're working towards, whether it's something little, whether it's something big, whether it's just being in our community. We want to help you reach whatever little dream it is, but we can't do the work for you. So if you're someone who wants the community and wants to be closer to girls on the team, you gotta get active in the thread. You gotta talk to other girls. You gotta get to events and get to meetups and step out of your comfort zone. And it can be scary. Like I said, getting to your first retreat, you don't really know anyone. You're showing up there. When I showed up in Nashville at my first summit, I didn't know people. I was meeting my coach, Ashley, for the first time. But I went to it because I knew that my vision was to surround myself with people on the same path as me and really make that community. And honestly, now it's been a community that also in my vision was to have my daughter and my husband be a part of it and just have these like good people all with the same mindset of living their best life. And that was in my long-term vision. And I had to do the short visions of connecting with complete strangers to get to where I am. Because a lot of you on this call right now, I never would have known you if I didn't connect with you, if I didn't send you that first message getting to know you. A vision with an action plan can change the world. So those 2 things together can change the world. It can change your world and your family's world if you have both of those together. And I want you to ask yourself this year, why not you? This was something we said a lot. We heard from people at the retreat, but why not you? When you look at what success means and where you want to be, whether it is a small goal in this business, but a huge goal outside of this business, why not you? If your biggest goal this year is to improve your marriage and feel like so in love and so happy, then why not you? Why do you think that you can't have that marriage? Or why do you think you can't have that, you can't be that parent that you want to be, or you can't do the things you want to do? Like, it is literally mindset that is telling you it's not you. The only reason it won't be you will never be because you can't do it. It will be because you didn't put the work in to make it happen. Like I said, we want to be your biggest cheerleaders. We want to support you and love on you and help you through every bad and good day. We want this to be your safe place where when everything else in life is falling apart, you feel comfortable saying, like, my life completely sucks right now, but I'm doing this because I'm not going to give up. And I want my life to be different. And to end the call off, and Christina had actually said this, but be there in a year is what she said. And something I wrote on here was be here in a year, be here in 2 years, be here in 4 years. I think it was Micah that recently said, if you could completely change your life, and if it took you 6 years to reach the goals that you have right now on your board, your long-term goals, would it be worth the wait? Or would be 6 years investing in yourself, investing in other people, and in being a part of this community, is that worth waiting the 6 years? Because it's not going to happen overnight for everyone. It's not going to be all happy days and all success. There's going to be ups and downs and struggles. But I know for sure that one thing in my life, I could not get through life right now if I didn't have community, if I didn't have the girls I have now in my life cheering me on, like all of you guys, like all the girls I was just at the retreat with. Because that's how I get through the hard days. That's how I get through the bad days, is this community. And so when you look and you're like, well, I was a coach for a year and I didn't, make $1 million. Well, ask yourself, was that realistic? Maybe for some coaches it is. There's some coaches who went crazy fast. But realistically, like, what did you gain out of it? Because after every year, you should have gained something, whether it's growth in yourself or growth with your team or coming out of your comfort zone. There is growth that is going to happen in every single spot of your life if you continue to let it. And remember, you're here for more than just a rank goal. You're here for more than just being a full-time coach. You're here for more than the money. You're here for more than that Success Club number. You're here because you're part of this community and because you want to live your best life with the people that are surrounding you right now. And that is it. What's funny is I can't see you guys, so I never even know, like, is everyone still even on? Do we have any questions? Any questions for me? Okay, Christina, you're on the screen right now and your cat's tail is like across your face. With your goals, you guys, that was honestly just to get you to start thinking about your goals. So like I said, do not get off the call and be like, ooh, that 5 minutes and my goals are set for the year. Dig deeper into each goal you wrote. Really look at it and break it down and ask yourself, why is that a goal? If you want to have a better relationship with your kids, what's the reasoning behind it? If you want to volunteer more at your favorite charity, what's the reason behind it? Ask yourself those things, because the deeper you dig into your reasons, what success is and what your purpose is and why those are on your dream board, the better it's going to be. I'm going to create a vision board, and I'm challenging all of you guys by Sunday to create a vision board, whether you do it in Canva and or like PicMonkey or any other app, because there's tons out there that I don't know. But I'm probably going to just do mine in Canva, or I'm just going to cut things out and print it. But I want you to really think about your goals, long-term and short-term and quarterly. And I want you to put that on a board. And on Sunday, I'm going to post mine for you guys. And I want to see all of you guys post it. I want to see that you took the time to really think about where you want to be and where your family wants to be. And that you're also going to see it every single day. Because when we have hard times, you need to have those visions, those long-term visions in your face. Okay? All right. And if you guys have any questions about anything we talked about, let me know. If you need help with the vision board, there's tons of YouTube videos. Like if you want to do something fancy, I promise you mine will not be fancy because that's not my strong point. But if you want, I know you can like YouTube it, and they have like how to create vision boards, Pinterest has a ton too that you can go on and do that. And they like help you build your actual vision board. So I'm excited, but I think seeing all those goals will be really cool. And I think that's it. We have the, yes, Vanessa, requirements were posted last week, but I can send them to you. Also, if you type it in the FAQs, it will pull up. But I can also, it's in the team page, but I think it's like 2 weeks ago, so it might be a pain to find. So I'll send that to you. But also, like, for instance, you guys, something that we did at the retreat, if you're someone who wants to push for elite or premier and you don't even know what it means, but you're like, hey, I want to do that because it sounds cool, or you want to do that because you saw videos, we have sheets where we're going to track it every single month. And me, Christina, Pam, and Alex all literally had the sheets in our hands this week, and we're like, we're going to be serious about watching what we're doing every single month to stay on track, so we know where we need to be better, where we need to grow, and it's a way to hold each other accountable, and we would love for you guys to do it too. So yeah, that's it. We're good to go. Anyone else need to say anything? No? All right. That is it. I hope you guys have an awesome night, and thank you guys for getting on. Hope that helped you guys, and I'm excited to see all your vision boards. Bye, guys.